G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. Thanks so much for being here today. I'm going to do a fireworks. I haven't done one for a while. I've been busy doing these sort of Larimar with the blooms. And I was going to do another one today with different colours. And I thought, nah, you guys might be sick of seeing those. So I'll do a fireworks and I'll come back to that. So I am using the Let's Resin Fast Cure. That's part A. Part B is in the label with the blue. And in my little cup here, I have got 110 grams of A and 100 grams of B. And we're up to 37 degrees at the moment. So let's get that in. I am waiting a little bit longer for this one because I want my fireworks to not sort of, hopefully not spread like too long, to be too long, more little dotty, but anyway, we'll see what happens. I am going to put 30 grams in that little cup. 40. I put 40 in there just in case because I'm going to do a lot of dots. And the rest will go in here. This is my small frangipani tray mold. And I want to leave a little bit for a top coat. There's a tiny bit left in there. I won't scrape it out. I want to get going with this. Clean my stick. Use it again because now it's coated with resin. So once that cures, then it'll kind of seal that timber and stop it from creating bubbles. So what I want to do now is I just want to make sure that I've got no little bubbles. Go along and make sure you've got no bubbles. A good way to test that is just shine a torch. Look away if you don't like flashing lights. It's going to shine a torch into the corners. Not that curves the corners, but you know what I mean. Make sure there's no little bubbles. You can just sort of pull them into the center if you see them. Just bubbles like to collect in little nooks and crannies. Just pull them into the center and then you can either give them a light torch or flick them out. I wouldn't use isopropyl on a 3D bloom only because, or a fireworks, only because it can make your dots or petals move because alcohol spreads over the surface, so probably don't do that. Using a tiny little torch like that. I wouldn't use a big one, but a tiny little torch very quickly. Don't get it near the silicone. And hopefully you'll be all right. You won't burn your mold. All right, let's get the colors in. Red and orange. Now these are the Let's Resin translucent alcohol inks. They're not the highly concentrated ones. I find that the highly concentrated ones, when I drop them in, they don't spread because they've got a higher ratio of color as opposed to isopropyl or alcohol, which is fine when you want to color, you just want to color your resin. But if you want to make it spread, probably use these ones instead. So we'll do 3 drops of each color. 1, 2, 3. And that is spreading nicely. So get your alcohol ink in first and let it start moving, spreading, doing what it wants to do while you then work on your white. I'm using my bloom pigment paste as usual. And on the back it says 1 drop per 10 grams. So I've got 40 grams. So it is 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. And I like to leave it upside down so it's ready to go for next time. Okay, so we'll give this a stir and I'll try not to get too many bubbles in there while I'm stirring. I did put my A and B resin together, stirred it for 4 minutes, and then popped it into my Let's Resin bubble release or bubble remover machine, as I always do when I'm doing my 3D blooms. And because we're in winter now in Queensland, Australia, and it's getting a bit cooler, it got down to 11 degrees Celsius last night, which is, a bit cool for us here in Queensland, the resin is starting to thicken. So what I do is I put my resin in the cup, pop it in the microwave for 10 seconds. I have a special microwave. Well, it's not special. It's just a really cheap microwave in my studio that I just use for resin. And it warms it up, it makes it a little bit thinner, and so that when I do put it in the bubble remover machine, the bubbles come out much more easily than, you know, if you're trying to do it from cold resin. So I just do that as well. And of course the 1-to-1 resins are thicker than the 2-to-1 resins anyway. Okay, let's pour this in. Gosh, it's been such a long time since I've done a fireworks. It feels like it's been ages. Probably has, probably been a few months. Now, talking about being a few months, I must explain why I've been a little bit quiet over the last month. We have been trying to sell our house. I know, it's a big move, but we've been here 10 years. And look, it's time to downsize a little bit. It's just my husband and I and my dogs living here. And you know, I've been breeding dogs. And I've been breeding for like 16 years now. And during the 16 years, it's been great. It really has. I've enjoyed the dogs. But my husband and I haven't really been able to go anywhere, do anything. You know, we have maybe 3 weekends a year that we're able to get away. And then my daughter Christy will come up and look after the dogs for me. And we're sort of at the stage now where we'd really like to do a little bit of traveling and not have to worry about the dogs. Now I'm going to cut that much off. Yeah, not have to worry about the dogs. So I am closing, well, I have now closed my breeding program. And we're selling the house. We have sold. So I am madly packing, decluttering, taking the mold making business with, taking the, you know, my YouTube channel with. So I'm not going anywhere, but it's just going to take me a while. So that's where, all right, let's get this going. I'm going to do big drops. Oh gosh, okay, it's already not working. It's probably because I've got so much in my little bag. It will get easier as it stops sort of being so full. There's a lot of pressure on it, so it's kind of, oh, see how it does that? I don't like that. Gosh, come on, resin, behave. I don't have to wipe you every single time because I don't want that little train, but I think it will get better as it goes along. Those first few that I've done, not much I can do about those. They've got little drips in them, but hopefully puppy's barking. So yeah, that's what's happening. So we're going to a smaller house. We've actually got a house, it's only about 10 minutes away from here because we're on 2 acres here, but we're going to our other house that we built, about 15 years ago we built it, and it's just been rented out. So we've got tenants in there. They are moving out next week. And then we because it's 15 years old, we're going to get the painters in there. We're getting the floorboards all sanded and repolished, and this is going a little bit better now. It's starting to probably thicken, not so full. So yeah, busy next couple of months. So 5 weeks today we're moving out. I've booked the removalists, and it's on the beach, this house. Like I said, it's only 10 minutes from where we are now, but it's right across the road from the beach. So we're gonna enjoy just a slightly different lifestyle. My husband doesn't have to mow 2 acres of lawns every week. It takes him 2 days just to mow the lawns, pick up all the broken, fallen branches and things like that. So yeah, different lifestyle for us. Big change. I'm taking a couple of dogs with me. The rest of them have all been rehomed to lovely families, and the dogs are very happy. I get updates from them and photos, so they're all happy, which is great because my dogs are my babies, and you know, they like family. So was hard letting them go, but needed to be done. I'm just going to keep going. I'm trying to put the dots kind of between the other ones, but it'll do what it wants to do. But look, it is coming out of the bag easier now. I'm not having that train. I think it's because when I start, there's a lot of pressure on the bag because, you know, I've just wound it up. So maybe I shouldn't wind it quite so tight, maybe. But anyway, it's working well now. So we're just going to continue all the way around. Hopefully I've got enough white. Around we go. And I think I might do that red. I thought there was going to be more red, but it looks more pink, doesn't it? So I might do like a red or an orange background. I saw somebody, gosh, I can't remember her name now. Must look it up. She did an amazing fireworks and she did an orange background. You know who you are. Mention down below who you are. You know who you are. I just can't remember your name. Sorry. I need to have a look at your photo. It was stunning. So I thought, oh gosh, I must get back into the fireworks. She motivated me to start again to do a fireworks. But yeah, like I said, I thought that was going to be more red, but it's more of a pink. But I think the orange background would look quite nice as long as I do a dark enough background. So yeah, I had a few people message me and going, "Are you okay? You've been very quiet." Like, because normally, you know, I'd put up a video every 2 days, and sometimes it's been like, you know, 3 or 4 days, and I haven't put up a new video because I've just been so busy, you know, organising the move, trying to pack and sort, tidy up my studio. What am I taking? What am I not taking? I need to cull because I'm going down to a smaller studio. So I'm trying to sort of work out what I'm going to need, what I'm not going to need, what I can sort of sell or take to charity. There's been a lot going to charity. But for those that have been concerned and been messaging me, thank you so much. I really appreciate your concern, but I'm okay. I'm just really busy. I've got to organise an electrician. We need to change all the light globes in the house from halogen to LED. Need to replace all the fans. We need to get the house repainted inside. And, you know, like I said, the flooring, it's bamboo flooring. It's 15 years old now. It needs to be sanded. It needs to be revarnished. So I've got to book everybody in. It's been a madhouse. Who likes moving? We've moved a lot of times. I think we've had, oh gosh, we've had like 16 houses so far in my life. In my married life, I should say. 16 houses, my husband and I. We like to build or renovate and then move on to the next project. I like to keep busy. All right, so here we go. We're going around in a little circle now for the middle. So you're just booking people in. Hopefully this is going to look pretty. I can see my resin starting to get thicker now. It's not sort of, it wants to leave a little train again. It wants to blob, and we don't want that, especially for the middle. So I'll just wipe it. And one more. There we go. There we go. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. All right. Let's give this a bit of a torch. Hopefully this will move. Like I said, I waited until it was 37 degrees. When I'm doing 3D blooms, like I'll wait sort of between 33 and 35 to do a 3D bloom because I want it to move a lot. But for this one, I didn't want it to move like a real lot. So we'll see how that goes. Sticky fingers. I'm going to cover it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to suck the middle out or anything. I'm just going to leave it or cover it, and I will come back. Probably take about 3 hours and I'll come back and I'll do a top coat. But I'll go and have a look and see what sort of oranges or coppers or something like that that I've got that would complement this. All right, see you soon. Right, it has cured, and I've been looking at my colors. I've got this big box from Let's Resin for mica powders. 60, look at that. I do keep them turned upside down though, so that I can see what colors they are. So that's them. The one I like the look of is this one. It's called Chestnut. It's like a dark orange. There's maroon, a little bit more pink to it. Wine red, a little bit more of a burgundy tone, that one. So many colors. I think this one, I was going to maybe do bronze, but yeah, I like this one. I'm going to try this one, and if I need to make it a bit darker, I can add a tiny bit of black pigment paste, but we'll see what it looks like. Now, I've mixed up the same resin. It's the Let's Resin Fast Cure. I did 55 grams of A and 50 grams of B, because A is always heavier than B, so when I weigh mine, that's what I do. I'll do 2 scoops of that. Pop it back in there, like so. And of course, there are the Let's Resin links down below in the description if you want to buy any of the products. There's their website, their UK Amazon store, and their US Amazon store. There's links for those and a coupon code. So you can go in and use any of those links. Ooh, look at that. And buy any of the products there. You don't need like a specific link to these mica powders. Oh, I like that. It's very shimmery. Well, I don't need any other colors. I don't need any black. I'm just going to use it as it is. And I think that'll be a really nice complement to those colors that are in there. All right, let's do this. You just have to make sure that your mica powder is mixed in really well. Otherwise, you'll get little pieces of powder sort of floating around on top. Okay, let's see if this is enough. I won't use all of it just yet. I'd hate for it to overflow. I'll just push all that into the edges. Oh, it's a really pretty color, isn't it? I thought it was going to be like a lighter orange, but it's really nice. I like it. Okay, put a bit more in. There we go. And of course, it will all pull in from the outside in. So we'll get a really uniform sort of a finish. I'm just going to pour all that in because I think it'll take it all. Might as well use it up. Spread it out. Okay, there we go. So we'll let this cure up, and then I will come back and we'll unmold it. Oh, I looked up the lady's name. Let me have a look. I wrote it down. Christine Harper. Hi, Christine. She was the one that did the amazing fireworks with the orange background. Don't know if she does videos, but she put it up on my Facebook group and it's really pretty. I'll wipe that away. Okay, that's it. That's me done. Now you can see on the sides already how the resin is moving in, and that's exactly how the 3D bloom works. The resin moves in from the outside like that, and that's where you get that lovely spread. So I'm not going to torch it, but I don't mind giving it just a little spray with some isopropyl, pop any bubbles that may be there. I'll cover it just in case a bug gets into it. It's always a good idea to have your little food net ready to cover your work. All right, see you soon. All right, I think it's done. We'll take our little net away. Yes, it's done. Look at that. Does that look good? See what I mean? How it all sort of pulled into the center like that. It's really pretty. I really like that color, actually. I've never used it before. First time. Right, let's get this out. See what it's going to look like. I will link my frangipani mold for you down below if you want to grab yourself one of these. I All right. Are we ready? Oh, I hope it's pretty. It's always nerve-wracking, isn't it, when you turn something over? All right, let's do it. Here we go. Oh, it worked. Wow. The red's a bit speckly in the middle, like the colour. It's kind of separated a bit. But the fireworks is really pretty. Oh, look at that. Look how awesome they look. I was worried about it, but no, it's good. So this was 37 degrees. They've stayed nice and thick. That looks really good. Love it. What do you think? Very happy with that one. Like the colour. I think the orange, it's kind of like a burnt orange. I think it looks really nice. Just a bit unhappy with the colour, that red. But never mind. Never mind. It's all right. I'll take it down, go for a little walk. Maybe next time I can try with the other Let's Resin red, the more concentrated one. But look at the sheen of that orange. Wow. That is so pretty, isn't it? It does kind of look like copper. But it's just that orange. So pretty. There it is. All right, let me know what you think of it. Very impressed with those fireworks. That's it from the side. You can see how my white has floated. It hasn't dropped down, which is what you want when you do the fireworks or the 3D blooms. All right. Done. I'm off to watch a movie. With Christy, my daughter's up for the weekend, and we've just had dinner, and we're going to go and watch a movie. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will be back. Might be a few days, but I'll be back. So bear with me. All right, wish me luck with my packing. I'm going to go and pack as well. I'll leave it for tomorrow though. All right, looking forward to seeing you all again real soon for the next video. Take care. Love you all. Bye for now.